Paraguy becomes the new hotspot for Bitcoin mining. Koreans think their Scrypt assets are not securities. Gareth Soloway talks about the best buy before Ethereum MERGE. Brazilian government official arrested for money laundering through crypto. BendDao at risk of a liquidity crisis. Acala hacked for $3 billion. Crypto lender Tether coming up short despite recent efforts. Opensea executive files to dismiss money laundering and insider trading case. FTX could potentially buy Blockfi for just $15 million. Hello and welcome to the Daily Crypto. We have a lot of super interesting topics to talk about, so sit back and relax and watch till the end. But before we start with the news for today, let's see where we are with the Fear and Greed Index. At the time of recording this video, it's still sitting at 28, which is slightly lower than yesterday. Bitcoin continues to move sideways for a while now and is trading around the 21,340 level, while Ethereum is at 1629. With that being said, let's continue with the video. It's been said that Paraguay has become the new Latin America mecca for crypto mining, but the fact that more miners than ever are choosing to set up shop in the country. A bill that would regulate the mining of cryptocurrencies and the trade of such cryptocurrencies was approved by the Senate of Paraguay just 1 month ago. The law, which has been in the works since September 2021, aims to legalize mining and ensure that miners pay taxes and register their activities. In addition, the bill would make it mandatory for isn't sitting well with everyone. Some people aren't happy about the fact that more miners are choosing to set up shop there, miners to declare their actions. Numerous politicians in Paraguay have posited the idea that the mining industry has the potential to be a significant source of revenue for both the government and the electricity companies. The country is home to a number of significant hydroelectric power units, some of which produce an excess of power on occasion. According to the findings of a recent opinion poll, more than 6 in 10 South Koreans do not believe crypto assets are securities. Yet, South Korean lawmakers may prefer to follow the lead of Washington in selecting which coins to classify as securities. Kratos, the provider of a mobile app powered by a blockchain technology that offers participants in opinion polls loyalty points in exchange for their participation, was the company that carried out the survey. The poll was conducted from the 12th to the 15th of August, and it included the participation of over 4,100 people from South Korea. According to the company, slightly more than 1/3 of respondents believe that cryptocurrencies are neither a security nor a commodity, while almost 1/3 of respondents believe that coins are commodities. In response, little more than 23% of people stated they believed crypto assets were securities, while 9.6% of people indicated they were unsure. Authorities in Brazil have raided the residence of a local government boss who they suspect of leading a criminal ring that laundered money using cryptocurrencies, along with a notorious character known as the Bitcoin Pharaoh. Officers were able to seize more than $9,250 in cash during the raid that took place at the residence of Lorem Gomes de Silveira, who is a councilman for the municipality of Armaco de Bizios. During the raid, several different agencies took part, one of which being the Specialized Action Group for the Combat of Organized Crime, which is managed by the State Ministry in Rio de Janeiro. According to the agencies and the public prosecutors, the councilman was a leader of a criminal organization that oversaw widespread corruption and made use of fake documents.
Yeah, so Ethereum is one of the trickier charts for me to analyze, mainly because of the curveball of the merge and how that affects price. I'm a true believer that the reason Ethereum has rallied, I mean, if you look at the rally, it was up over 100% off of the lows. My guess is a chunk of that gain was due to the excitement of the merge. My fear is that it's going to be a sell the news event. It's going to happen. Yes, it's a good thing for Ethereum, but I don't necessarily know if it's a short-term continued catalyst. So my guess is I think you could get some bounces here, but I wouldn't be surprised if you have to go at least retest 1250 down here, which would be major support before it has a chance to kind of withstand the selling pressure that the U.S. markets are likely to exude. So I'm in that camp where I still think there's a little bit more downside. I still think Bitcoin has further downside, and therefore by default, probably Ethereum. The question for me is, has Ethereum put in its longer term low already? Which again, I'm a little bit murky on.
Already, despite the fact that the Ethereum integration is slated to take place in the middle of September, we are observing a reduction in buying pressure as the hype begins to die down. Gareth thinks that this is going to be an event in which people will purchase the rumor and sell the news, and he thinks that there is a very little chance of a small bull run leading up to the event because the price has already increased by 100%. Gareth claims that he is still looking for a decline in the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and that he will buy more when it reaches the 10 to 12K mark if it does. When viewed from afar, BendDao has the appearance of an old-fashioned bank. Some users contribute capital to the decentralized financial platform in the form of deposits. The platform then lends the capital and shares a portion of the interest payments with the contributors. These loans are backed by collateral, but there is a crypto-related twist. The collateral is pixelated heads, photos of monkeys, and other expensive non-fungible tokens. In the past few days, depositors who were concerned that the lender would fail withdrew their assets in significant quantities. This sparked a bank run that reduced BendDao's holdings to a low of 5 Ether on Sunday, down from more than 10,000 billion ETH. This came as a result of the fact that dozens of BendDao loans were in the danger zone on the platform at the end of the previous week. This meant that the NFTs were being held as collateral and were in danger of being liquidated. When the decentralized banking network, Acala, was hacked on Saturday, allowing the attackers to generate what was technically $3 billion worth of the site's USD stablecoins, it was only natural for people to wonder whether or not Acala had performed an audit of their code. Indeed, this was the case with the Polkadot-based protocol. However, the vulnerability was caused by a misconfiguration in one of Acala's liquidity pools, which are the foundation of decentralized exchanges. On these exchanges, cryptocurrencies are traded according to a mathematical equation rather than a traditional order book. The Hanzon protocol was the source of the vulnerability that allowed the exploit to be carried out. Because of this, 3.02 billion additional USD stablecoins were able to be manufactured, which resulted in a price that was significantly lower than the anticipated $1 for each coin. In an effort to increase transparency, the cryptocurrency stablecoin issuer with the greatest market share, Tether, has contracted with a major accounting firm to examine the quarterly reserve reports it publishes. This move comes at a time when Tether is dealing with competitive pressure from its rival Circle. According to the issuer, Tether is cooperating with the Italian branch of BDO, which is the 5th largest public accounting company in terms of revenue. On Friday, an assurance report regarding Tether's reserves was published by BDO Italia, and the issuer stated that it will be moving toward monthly assurance reports in the future. Tether's assurance reports had been conducted by 2 different accounting companies based in the Cayman Islands. This next clip is from Raoul Pal, where he talks about the degen trading communities and how ridiculous it is. We all want to get rich quick, which is totally okay. Raoul says it's simply human nature to want more, and we should embrace and live with it. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, there are a lot of communities that encourage risky behavior, but Raoul says that's a bit over the top. Don't put your life savings into a dog coin that was launched 3 hours ago, because you'll most likely lose it all. Raoul suggests that if you want to have some exposure to these meme coins, or shit coins as crypto enthusiasts call them, allocate a max 15 to 20% of your portfolio to them. Never go all. The gains look very impressive, but the downside is massive when it comes to meme coins. According to a motion that was filed early on Monday, former product head at non-fungible token marketplace Opensea, Nate Chastain, has urged a U.S. court to dismiss insider trading charges surrounding the sale of On the popular platform. The allegations involve the selling of On the marketplace. The move contended that cannot be classed as securities or commodities, which is a requirement for wire fraud charges. The motion was filed in the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York. Lawyers for Chastain wrote that in any prosecution under a Carpenter wire fraud theory of insider trading, the existence of securities or commodities trading remains an essential element of the offense. They were referring to a decision made by the United States Supreme Court in 2018. Regarding the case Carpenter versus the United States. Additionally, his legal representatives stated that the questioned NFT transactions were executed on the Ethereum blockchain. The lawyers contended that given the open-source nature of the blockchain and the availability of public viewing, it was impossible for the transactions to have been exploited for the purpose of laundering money. According to the People, there is a possibility that FTX US may be given permission to purchase Blockfi for the lowest possible price of $15 million. That is significantly less than the $25 million number that CNBC claimed a few months ago in a post that prompted Blockfi CEO Zach Prince to tweet, "I can 100% guarantee that we aren't being sold for $25 million." BlockFi CEO Zach Prince was responding to a report that CNBC had published. According to the sources, FTX US would pay an additional $25 million if BlockFi wins an important regulatory clearance from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission for BlockFi Yield by the 31st of December. BlockFi Yield is a product that would generate interest in depositors' cryptocurrency by lending the cryptocurrency out at a higher rate. FTX US would pay the additional $25 million if BlockFi wins the regulatory clearance. According to the sources, FTX US would be willing to provide an additional $100 million if the assets held by BlockFi's customers reach at least $10 billion before bankman company Freeds exercised its option to buy the company. At the end of the second quarter, BlockFi controlled a combined total of wallet assets and deployable assets worth a little less than half of that amount, which was $4.4 billion. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Show us your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss an upload. See you guys in the next one.